Welcome everyone to the Pantheon. I'm your host Ray,
I'm Evy.
and what are we looking at today? That's right.
Spiderman 3, sorry.
Okay,
Yeah.
Tobey Maguire. This, you know what? I agree with you in the sense that this, in terms of some of the action sequences, are some of the most outstanding sequences. I think the opening with Harry gunning for Peter, and that whole aerial dogfight between the Goblin and Spider-Man, as he has the ring to propose to Mary Jane, but doesn't do it too well. It reminds me of the Hostess commercials in the comic books.
Mm-hmm.
If you remember that, when Goblin has Spider-Man tied up, it reminds me of that particular advertisement. And I think maybe Sam Raimi was thinking the exact same thing too, because it's very much the same kind of feel. When Peter goes to the dark side, like his remorse to what he does to Harry, there's nothing there, and it's very dark. The idea of friendship and the idea of like what Harry does and whatever is really interesting. I also think the guy who ends up being Venom in this one kind of always reminded me of he would be a perfect Peter Parker in the first place. The way his look of him, the fact that he ends up being Venom is surprising to me, because he's the guy from that '70s show, and he looks more like a Peter Parker than he would be a Venom.
Tober Grace.
That's it. Yeah. So when I saw it, I'm like, he looks like a Peter Parker to me. Like he has that look to him, that wholesome look to him. But then when he was in that Black Klansman movie, when he plays like a villainous character, surprised me quite a bit. What are your thoughts?
Okay. I do agree with you with Spider-Man in this one. I like it, but I don't know if I guess if they brought back that Spider-Man, it would be good. But, they I think that they shouldn't maybe not use Spider-Man like the one now. Maybe switch Spider-Man. Anyway.
We're talking about the Tom Holland Spider-Man?
Yeah. Yeah. No, Peter Parker.
Mm-hmm.
Peter Parker, which is the first Spider-Man. That's what I'm talking about.
Maguire?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I don't know. Anyway, I like the third one.
Mm-hmm.
I like the special effects.
I liked it too. I just, I agree with a lot of the critics and fans. I mean, just the part where the hubris of Peter Parker, intoxicated with the power of the suit, it goes a little too far. It mocks itself to the point where it's sort of like what reminds me of Star-Lord, and when War Machine was watching him on Morag and says, well, he's an idiot, because when you watch the movie, he has the headphones on, he's really cool dancing through Morag as he's going to get the orb. But looking at it from the point of view from War Machine watching him dance without the music, he looks foolish.
Yeah.
So that's how I look at when we're looking at Peter Parker. We're looking at it from the lens of War Machine, looking at Peter Parker in the sense, dancing like a fool, thinking that he's cool, but he's not. So that, and I think, and that's the gag. I think that's because the audience is in on the joke, and as a result, it doesn't translate too well as a finished product for the viewing audience as a whole, because we want our hero to look good, not to fall on his face,
Right.
So,
okay.
That's how I look at it. Does it bother you that he got unmasked, I think 3-4 times in this movie? Like the people on the train knew who he was. When he got hit by the pole, his mask came off. When he got beat up by Sandman, like his mask came, people, it's a little too much. Or did that bother you? Did that even register for you when you watched the movie, or am I just overlooking?
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, well, I guess him being outing himself, being on the train. That was, if that wants to happen, it's cool. Just don't do it too much.
Yeah.
He shouldn't. He's got to. Be don't get known a lot, or have people know who you are, or else that could be a problem in the future.
Yeah. So, cause I'm thinking, I mean, especially now, like, okay, if it was out, because that was what 2013, whatever, 2014, maybe,
Something like that.
or maybe a little later, actually. But yeah, I mean, now people, like today with cell phones, and it'd be too much. You'd be outed way too soon. So, but I kind of liked it, but I understand the critics' choices of why there is not the most favored one because of what it does. So,
Which Spider-Man do you like the best?
Does it have to be in the MCU, or does it have to be MCU?
Whatever you want.
Now, and my second question is, does it have to be Spider-Man, or does it have to be Peter Parker, or does it have to be both?
Pardon?
Sorry, does it have to be just Spider-Man or Peter Parker, like both sharing both personalities, like both the Peter Parker, or just a Spider-Man specifically?
Okay, no, just
Because what I'm saying is like if there's Spider-Man, there's like the Andrew Garfield's Peter Parker and Tobey Maguire's Peter Parker are different. That's what I'm trying to like each.
Yeah, okay.
Like,
Yeah.
Do I have to include both, or just the Spider-Man only?
Just the Spider-Man only.
Oh, okay. In that case, I'm gonna say Andrew Garfield.
Okay.
Of how his Spider-Man is portrayed when he's Spider-Man, the attitude and the edginess, and it's more of a New Yorker type personality.
Okay.
But as a Peter Parker, I think Tobey Maguire's Peter Parker is a little bit better than his Spider-Man.
Okay.
In terms of like the way they talk and perform.
Okay. Okay, good.
Okay. Well, on that, I'm Ray.
I'm Evy.
We'll talk to you next time. Take care.